When we were coming back on the ferry, we all stood up and we could see everyone waving. They all had flags and
we went out of the boat and we saw our parents, our families. I started crying. It was a really emotional moment. I was really happy, and in that moment I was really proud of myself.
Cammino was a project that we developed to mark the transition from middle school to high school. We view our students quite differently in high school, that they really are moving from being viewed as children to young adults, and with that comes an awful lot of responsibility.
We designed Il Cammino to be a journey that the students would undertake under their own power, under their own steam. So we made sure things were achievable, but the students needed to commit themselves to it fully. So we chose to go from Lecco to Colleco, all under our own power.
It is a journey which turned out to be 100 kilometers long with almost 5,000 meters of elevation gain. And it proved to be challenging on all levels.
Super tired. We've walked for so long.
We've walked almost 23 kilometers.
I highly underestimated how tough this will be.
I just expected it to be like kind of a simple hike. Instead, it was really intense.
There were moments where you just were on like a cliff, and if you would fall, you would fall. Like you had to attach yourself.
I wasn't expecting such a heavy, backpack.
Fate finta di essere felici.
Blank. What's your expression?
Pain.
Along the journey, we wanted things like students to say, I can't do this, there's no way. These are direct quotes from students saying, it's not possible for me to. And we were able to, in the evenings, reflect back to them saying, I heard you say this, and look where you are now, because you've got something inside you, you've got that grit, you've got that determination, you overcame your own challenges.
That's it. They made it.
When they actually went on Il Cammino, did the long hikes, all the walks, were emotionally and physically challenged. That's where the rubber meets the road, in the sense that the students could start their transition, this ritual to change from children into young adults.
Well, looking back at it, I'm very glad I went because I met so many nice people.
We grew so much closer together. It's unbelievable.
The journey involved addressing 4 pillars that we identified early on: physical, emotional, teamwork and leadership pillars that Il Cammino is built on. And every day, in many ways, these pillars were addressed and students had opportunities to test themselves.
Every student had to lead his or her team, but also follow and start to discover the intricacies of, again, both leading and following within a small group dynamic.
I think that as the week went on, we really saw a different side to these students, the depth of character that they have, how they dealt with every single challenge, how they supported one another, and how they really cope with the emotions of a physically and mentally exhausting week.
Woo! We made it! Woo!
Well done, Poppy.
They went above and beyond our expectations. They were phenomenal. From day 1 to day 7, they really were incredible, and we're just so proud of what they managed to achieve during that week.
I think she just loved the freedom and the space that the Cammino gave her, well, gave all of them, in a physical sense and mentally, just to be free from the constraints of everyday life.
I'm sure it was a very deep experience, and he had a great time with his friends, with the teacher. Also, he was very happy to go back to school, which is the first time in his life he's happy to go to school.
I think it was just such a positive experience, and I'm so glad this is an initiative the school started, and I wish all the kids could do it.